Hey everybody, it's Ari S. Scans for Literary Gladiators, and today I'm going over a special book called Ari S. Scans. Oh wait, hold on. Nope, sorry. Yeah, so it says Ari S. Scans, C-L-O-S-E-R. It says Ari S. Scans by Jerry Spinelli. Okay, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding about me being a loser, I'm just kidding. That's not the name of the book is Loser. It's by Jerry Spinelli, and I have to say this is probably one of my favorite. I guess you could say kids. It is a reading level, 8 to 12. It's a kids book, so this is like a late elementary school, early middle school book, and I really like it. I think it's definitely Jerry Spinelli's best book, up there with Maniac Magee. At the end of this video, I'll kind of compare the two and explain why I think I like one more than the other. But Jerry Spinelli wrote a book. It's called Loser, and it's about a kid named Donald Zinkoff who's a little weird. And he's unable to do things that other kids are able to do. We can assume he has like some sort of possible special needs or ADD or something along the lines of that. We don't know what it is. But and I think it's good, actually, that the book doesn't identify that. I think that's a positive, which I'll get into later. But he always raises his hands with all the wrong answers, trips over his feet, and falls down in laughter over a word like jabip. Yeah, jabip. I've never heard that word before, but he thinks it's funny. And what happens is that kids in the school start making fun of him. I know there was an incident where he was at a field day and he had to run the anchor for one of the races, and he messed up, and everyone on the team just got really mad at him and put him down and upset him. But the thing is, at the end of the book, there's a girl that goes missing and during a snowy night, and Zinkoff basically goes and finds her. And that's actually a lot more difficult than it sounds, considering that it's, snowy, icy, that kind of stuff. Actually, I don't think Zinkoff finds her, actually. I think that she is found, but he goes to look for her, and he kind of does a very heroic thing to try and find her. So it's quite an interesting book where it shows that even if someone is a little different from somebody else, or acts differently, or is not as good at something, they could still be just as much of a hero as you or I, or anybody, or Josh for that matter. Josh is a hero, everybody. Remember that. But, I mean, kids always try to... There's always different... Kids are always different. But when you're a kid, the differences tend to stick out a little bit more than when you're an adult. I feel that it's pointed out more. And I think Zinkoff, very much different. There's a lot of characters in this book that he passes by, including the old lady and the waiting man, and he also goes with his dad to work at the mail, at the post office. So there are certain things he does that are actually quite normal. Like on the back of the book, it says he rides his bike, hopes for snow days, and wants to be like his dad at the post office when he grows up. But sometimes if you're really mean, frustrating, or someone really is treated differently, they can be very upset, and they just want to do what they feel is right. So Zinkoff's very much a outcast. There's also other characters, other people in this book that, I don't know, Hector Bins and his earwax candle. I mean, there's weird people all over the place, but Zinkoff's really the one that's targeted in this book. And I think what Spinelli's trying to say is that, everyone has something a little bit different about them. Sometimes they're physical, sometimes they're mental, sometimes they're emotional, but everyone has something a little different, which means if everyone's a little bit different, then how can we all be different? We're all the same. Technically, we're all same in the fact that we're different. And I think it's important to remember that. Now, Loser definitely pulls at my heartstrings. It's an interesting book. I've remembered it ever since I was a kid. I mentioned I was going to also go over real quick the Maniac Magee, which we went over a couple series ago. I think Maniac Magee doesn't have the same type of rewarding experience of reading that Loser has. I think that Loser, you learn things, you Maniac Magee more has to do with someone who is running away and who is trying to break the it's kind of like about like breaking a color barrier and just different kinds of people that he meets on his journey. This is not necessarily a journey. This is more what I've just kind of said it was. It's like the whole book is like everyone's different in their own way. Everyone's gonna get frustrated at everyone, but that doesn't mean that they're a bad person or that they're different or anything. It's just no one is truly a loser, and that's what the ironic thing about this title is that everyone thought that Donald Zinkoff was a loser. I think he's very much a winner. I think I think everyone is a winner. I think this book teaches us that really no one's a loser because everyone just has different things that different people like about them, and that's okay. Some people are going to have things they don't like. Some people are going to have things they do. They're going to be the same. They're going to be different. And that is exactly what Jerry Spinelli is telling us in this book. If you saw our Maniac Magee video and you went out and bought Maniac Magee and you read it, but you didn't know about this book yet, I would strongly suggest getting this book. You can find it at Barnes & Noble. You can find it in the library. This is Jerry Spinelli's best book. There is no denying it. I mean, obviously, different people are going to have different opinions, too, like I just said. But to me, this is Jerry Spinelli's best book. By far. Maniac Magee's good. I won't deny that. But I think the lesson that comes out of this is something that I think everyone should learn and should be able to keep close to their hearts. Especially when you become an adult and you start raising children, this is a good book to give to your kids, because not only are they going to understand this lesson, but you as an adult might learn some more things too. So this is Jerry Spinelli's Loser, right here, and I would suggest you pick it up. Great book. I'm Ari for Literary Gladiators saying see you next time, and keep reading.